Okay, we are off out and about to go visit another big thing of Australia. This time we are off to Tynong, which is the home to the Big Pheasant. I'll pop the What Three Words address across the top of the screen now. So if you're using that app, you'll know exactly where to find this one. Turned out to be a pretty good day considering the morning started off pretty bad weather. But yeah, we're nearly there now, and I'll just turn off and you'll get to hear all about this big thing of Australia. Hello and welcome to Tynong, which is the home to the Big Pheasant, as you can see behind me here. It's also home to Gumbaya World now. So this used to be Gumbaya Park, but we'll get to that in a second. So the Big Pheasant came about in the 70s when this area here was actually a pheasant farm, and then they slowly progressed into Gumbaya Park with a whole bunch of animals, a toboggan, which may or may not have met safety standards even back then, and a picnic area and some cuddly animals and that people could come and visit. Over the years it progressed till recently it turned into Gumbaya World, and over on this side here we'll go do a drive-by past that in a minute, but it's now like a massive water park and theme park, that sort of thing, which is big for this area in Victoria. So the actual Big Pheasant here was constructed in the late 70s, once they sort of started turning into Gumbaya Park here. It was sort of left to its own devices for a long time. Every time you drove past on the highway, the paint just kept getting faded and faded and faded and didn't look like much. And then in 2011, someone decided to come along, put some explosives in the tail and blow it up. This caused a whole bunch of cracking throughout the pheasant. The person got caught, and apparently it was $50,000 worth of damage. So not sure what happened to that person there, but the pheasant got a massive refresh. And even today, you can actually see some of the cracks that still exist. So there we have the Big Pheasant. Does it live up to being a big thing? It's a massive pheasant. So if you look at a normal pheasant, you know, being a bit bigger than chicken, maybe turkey size at best. Does the Big Pheasant portray what is in the area? Well, this used to be a pheasant farm, so it's sort of a look back on that. So I'd say yes, I'll tick that box there. Now it's the sort of the entry showpiece into Gumbaya World, which we can go down to the left here and go into the animal section, or you keep going over to the right and you go into the theme park side of things. Yeah, so all in all, it's another tick in the box for another big thing. And this is in Tynong. It's about 40 minutes southeast of Melbourne. So if you really wanted to, you could do a few in the one go. You could do this one, the big West Highland Terrier at Yarragon, the Spuds and the Fork at Trafalgar, and then head on out to see the Big Cigar. And it's all in the one day, I suppose. Yeah, so there we have it. So what we'll do now, jump back on the bike and just do a drive-by past Gumbaya World and see what this place has actually turned into. Okay, so there we have the Big Pheasant in Tynong, which is out the front of Gumbaya World. Over this way never used to exist until recently. It was just trees and some paddocks, and then they've decided to put these big water slides in, so we'll go check that out. But before we do that, we'll see if this GoPro is still useful. Fire him up and see if it still wants to record for us. So yeah, the new side stand's going pretty well so far that we just got fitted. Got a nice new big angle on it, so there's no way she's going to fall over now. Might need to just tighten this up a little bit. Okay. Let's go check out this Gumbaya World entrance. Just make sure I didn't leave anything behind. Front of it's bit of Dreamworld-esque. Sort of reminds me of the front of Dreamworld up on the Gold Coast. So a few people there today. Crazy roller coaster in the distance there. Bit of a vertical drop on it, looks like. Yeah,